All right, you saw the challenge on the screen. I don't need to repeat it. It's solo challenge. Madden Ultimate Team, go earn your keep. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now it's Aikman. And his throw here's incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. That's to the sideline and pulled in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
The inaugural carry for Darren McFadden. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now Aikman. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Aikman will throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Butker's kick here is good, and the opening drive of the game yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Here now, 2nd and 4. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Open man right side is Rice. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Allen's throw complete there to Rice. So the completion good for 7 there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Jerry Rice, open right side. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from the 20, and the Rams have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for...
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble lost.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here's Davis running right. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the shotgun, Aikman. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap, came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Allen again. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And they are going to have a 1st down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
There goes Jerry Rice again, racking up catches in bunches. His 1,549 catches, a whopping 224 more than the next closest guy, the great Tony Gonzalez, a terrific tight end.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. Tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And an anxious moment or 2 there, but they do get him down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the 2nd half gets started. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. 79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. 2nd down and 3. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now Allen. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Aikman looking to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Davis. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Aikman. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys are going to retake the lead. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going. Tries for Rice, intercepted. Ronnie Lott, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. With such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close, they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. they've got to see if they can stop a score.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Davis, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
On 3rd and goal, Aikman. Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey. A 5-yard touchdown. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
And of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. It's Jair Brown who's got it inside the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continue.
Testing. Okay, we got a Super Bowl bumped up to MVP. We're an All-Star. Got some rewards. Let's look at the lineup. So you see, the Bills. Kind of was just in the Bills because I think the Bills offense is gonna be over. Their coordinator got fired, and it's a popular playbook. So I've upgraded team to a 96. See here, still got Super Bowl. Chiefs got Holt, Allstott, Troy Aikman. these guys for Super Bowl players. I got some big tight ends with Miller, Washington, Kittle. Got this training Kelsey, the cheap one, I guess. Cheap one, but I had a bunch of training, so I just got it. Defense got this inside stuff, another inside stuff. Brought in George Karlaftis and got Tariq Woolen free. Using Jerry Brown because he's a big hitter versus Justin Reed. Got some linebackers also went to Chuck Howley. And haven't used Micah Parsons, but I could put in Micah Parsons sometime. Went with Chiefs kicker. And same Washington defense, but yeah, so I guess let's open up. And I use Troy Aikman instead of Patrick Mahomes because it's the Bills offense. I have something special for Patrick Mahomes in it, if I get to it in the next playbook. But okay, 92s. Super Bowl trophy pack. 90, couple 91s. Oh, 92. Oh, another 92. Some 92s. What else is in here? Red zone pack. Legends pack. Okay. Yikes. Just what I needed. 82. Another Ultimate Legends pack. Oh, I gotta select this. No, I don't want it. Okay, so yeah, we got 3 trophy bags. We're in MVP now. I think that was an all-star Super Bowl. Not sure. I don't play many Super Bowls. If I sell all these, I don't know how much they are. At this time, this is right before Easter. 30,000, 20,000 each. So maybe 100,000. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 120. Yeah, maybe 150. Okay, now maybe put a tutorial out for this Bills. Whoa, follow me. Yeah, have a good day.